Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. We're back with another episode of Raising an Ace, and this episode is about to be humble. And I'm Mariam.
This is Brian again. Say
Here's
hi, Ace. Mwah.
Hi, baby.
Yeah,
Can you see his shirt?
I am the future.
He is.
Yeah. So first, we're just gonna define what humble means.
So what do humble means to you,
Just
Brian?
always learning, always getting better, being down to earth, being grounded, not having a big head, not being full of yourself, pretty much.
Right.
And we're doing this after the To Be Confident video because although they're not opposites like some people think, humility and confidence are highly correlated to each other. And with Ace, we want him to have healthy doses of both as he grows up. And then I think some parents, they might not understand the importance of raising their child to be humble.
Right.
Or they might not even understand the importance of being humble in general. So I want to touch on that to begin with, just why it's important, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like raising a child to be confident, if you just do that and you ignore the humility part, and then when your child comes across a challenge, or maybe something they're not good at, they may adopt fake confidence instead of being humble enough to be like, I can improve on this.
Yeah.
You know? So that's something to keep in mind. Humility is also a form of confidence because when you're humble, you understand no matter if you win or you lose, success or failure, you can always get better. You know? And then reverse that. Confidence is a form of humility too. Because what we talked about in the last video, whereas you don't need validation or credit when you're confident.
Right.
Right? And naturally when you have that persona, on the outside you reflect humility. You know, so that's highly related.
Right.
And then also we were talking like for Ace, like one of the goals we have for him by age 5 is to be socially desirable.
Right.
Meaning his peers and adults just like to be around him. And humility out of a lot of the traits that we talked about, that really plays into this. You know, like if no one likes being around a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old who is full of himself, has too big of a head.
No.
You know, peers might be mean to him, adults may just have fake smiles and just lie to him, and they really don't like being around him.
Right.
So if he can get people attracted to him, especially adults, to where he can learn from adults, get their perspectives at age 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way through his childhood, that's really going to set him up to maximize his potential pretty much.
Right.
So, like we said, like confidence and humility, that together, that's very powerful. So keep that in mind as we go along with this video because they're highly connected.
Yeah.
So let's go a little bit deeper into the categories that we came up with. So in terms of getting better and learning pretty much, that's so important. We talked about that in the To Be Smart video, being humble to learn.
Right.
It's very applicable with humility just in general. Because with Ace, even things he's good at, if he's really good at basketball, we want to humble himself at age 6 to not think like, man, I'm the best basketball player ever.
Right.
You know, because there's more levels to go to.
Yeah.
Or say he's age 12, he cooks a cheeseburger for the first time. And he thinks like, wow, I'm such a good chef, I can just stop here. Like, no, just keep on becoming a better cook.
Right. Basically, we want him to know that he can get better at whatever he put his mind to. And also to know that there's other people that might be better than him. But he can also be as great as those other people.
Yeah, it doesn't matter like where he is on the spectrum.
Right.
Right, like even in math, if he's not so good at math, improve. If he's really good at math, age 10, don't just be like, I don't have to study.
Yeah.
Like, no, because you can always get better.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to instill in him.
It's always room for improvement.
For sure.
Right.
And this is tied in with our To Be Smart video when we talked about King's company too.
Yeah.
Like surrounding Ace with kings. So one example that I thought of was, say he's 5 years old, he's a really good painter. He's really good in art class. But maybe the people in his class just aren't very good.
Right.
So we want Ace to humble himself and be like, I can get better. We may introduce him to like a summer camp with more talented artists or maybe children that are older than him.
Yeah.
You know, so really he just understands you can always, you know, get better from that standpoint.
Yes.
And it's like, if we don't bring him down to a lower level when he's thinking too highly of himself, he's mentally going to stay at that point.
Yeah.
That'll be his peak.
Right.
And that's not what we want.
Yeah.
You know, like no one really wants their child to think they know everything, right? When they're 5, 6, 7, 12, 20 years old. Like there's always room for improvement there.
Right.
And this also ties into just being humble in terms of wanting to learn new information, not being set in your opinions and that sort of thing. Like, we're going to talk about open-mindedness in another video in regards to those things, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. But in terms of being open-minded to recognize things you can improve, like you were alluding to, I do want to touch on that a little bit, because that is tied with humility.
Right.
You know, it's like, Mariam, we're not going to be the type of parents that are going to sugarcoat things with Ace. So if he needs to improve on something, if he's being lazy at school, if he isn't able to really talk to people from a social standpoint, if his diet is poor maybe and he has high aspirations from a physical activity perspective, we might have that discussion with them. You know, like, that's very important. Even with me, I wasn't that great at public speaking when I was younger. I had a stutter, I still have a stutter, but I worked through it. You know, like, there wasn't a negative stigma that I had to my weaknesses, you know? And the last video too, we mentioned value uncomfortability. That word is a handful, but that's really important in terms of humility too. Putting him in situations where he can see, wow, I can get better at this. And this is also tied to, we need to praise Ace when he admits that he doesn't know something. You know, we don't want him to be the type of child that feels like he needs to know everything. No, be okay admitting maybe when you don't know something. And also, I think a good mindset to have in terms of continually improving yourself is just compare yourself to yourself. How you were yesterday. Like, instead of Ace saying something like, I'm the best 3-year-old ever, we're going to flip that and be like, I'm the best 3-year-old that I can be. You know? So that continually improving, that's a big part of being humble. And basically with this, we want Ace to, with adults, be like, I am good at XYZ and I will get better and improve. Or maybe I'm not so good at XYZ, but I will get better, I will improve. That will attract just adults in his life to just teach him things, to offer their perspectives on things. So that's really important for us. And also, so then the next part is like being grounded, not being stuck up pretty much. So that's called humble pride. That's what I call it. And I thought about this quote from the great Bill Russell, former basketball player, civil rights activist. He said one time that his mom told him, you're not better than anyone else, and no one is better than you. So that no one is better than you part, that's confidence. The no one, that you're not better than anyone else, that's humility. It's two sides of the same coin. And with Ace, we don't want him to push other people down, especially when he has successes. Like, weak people do that. We want Ace to understand, like, your greatness, that shouldn't lead to you bragging about it and making other people feel worse about themselves. And Mariam, like, you hear so much about, you alright, Ace? You're fussing a little bit? You hear so much about people saying, I am a king, I am a queen. And that's great. But you gotta combine that with rising up other people. You know, the humility part. So if there's one thing to remember in this video, it's the example that I'm gonna mention. So say a child is 6 years old, 10 years old, and he or she is walking into a hair salon or some place like that and saying, I am a king, I am a queen, and just coming off in a very bravado way. That's just kind of weird. You know, like, that's kind of rude. It's like, what is going on here? But if that same child flips that and says, I am a king, I am a queen, and you can be too, and tries to uplift other people and has a smile on their face and points at other children and really tries to empower them, then it's suddenly cute and impactful. You know, so that's like the message. When you combine confidence and humility, it's a very powerful thing. And we want Ace to really have that mindset of, like, Ubuntu is called. I am because we are. Like, everyone is in this together. And he if he has a mindset to, like, uplift other people and try to get better every step along the way, that's really powerful. And Mariam, I want to end on this. So we don't want Ace to be too confident. We don't want him to be too humble. If he's too confident, that's like stagnant, not getting better, or that's being stuck up. If he's too humble, that's not letting his light shine. He needs to have the appropriate levels of both. And my ending point is on leadership. True leaders, they have that perfect combination of confidence and being humble. Muhammad Ali, ultra confident dude, said, I am the greatest. He was also one of the greatest humanitarians there ever was, at least in sports. He uplifted people around him. He fought for the common man and woman. He didn't feel like he was above other people and he couldn't give back. The late Kobe Bryant, even, when he retired, he humbled himself to not just think about himself and be like, oh, I got all this money, I'm great, I don't need to think about anyone else. He wrote children books for teens to empower them.
He
you
also
know,
taught his daughter how to play basketball, and also reached out. I remember you
to the
told
coach
me,
that we
yeah,
mentioned, yeah.
right.
Yeah, like Kobe just always had the mentality to just learn and then to just empower other people too.
Even though he knew he was a great player, he still went out and asked somebody else for advice on coaching his daughter.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Like,
that's just the humble attitude where you're using your platform for the greater good.
right.
And man, right now the world is devoid of real leaders, for real.
Yeah.
So 30 years from now, he's the future. He's gonna be that real leader that has the perfect blend of confidence and humility.
Yes.
He's gonna be humble in terms of getting better every single day.
Yes.
His strengths, his weaknesses, and then that second part is not being stuck up, being grounded, down to earth, empowering other people to get to another level.
Right.
So I'm encouraging you parents out there to really foster that humility in your child, because Lord knows the world needs more leaders.
It does. It does.
Yeah, so that's the message in this video. Tune in a couple weeks. More powerful parenting perspectives.
Yes.
The 3 P's.
Right.
We're gonna drop in a couple weeks.
Yes. So guys, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. So don't forget to smash the like button, share also, and subscribe to Brian's Donato channel. We love you guys.
Yeah, and also if you want to get back to Ace, check out the description. There's a way to do it. We love feedback too. We love you. See you in a couple weeks.
All right. Bye.
You gonna say goodbye, Ace? Too busy watching something to try to calm you down. Mwah.
As you can see, he is the future, you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Later.
Bye.